I'm the chairperson of United Energy and Petroleum Dealers Association. Yes, what Martin is saying, we have a fuel crisis that is facing us, and it is here with us. The major problem, as he's saying, is because of the supply chain, the way it is handled. I must commend our government. Since 2022, we have had a very steady supply of fuel as retailers. I must commend them. But now, after this crisis, I think we were not well prepared, because like the fuel prices review for this month, we expected EPRA to factor in the situation that is happening in Iran. So we are having fuel that is coming in that is very expensive. So like diesel is expensive with around 70 shillings. Super is expensive with around 25 shillings. So as much as the OMCs have the price, it is not possible for them to sell at that price. Let's say super in Nairobi today is 179, and then you get it at 180, that is the cost, or you get it at 190. Even if you want to sell at wholesale to the retailer, how do you sell? And that's why we are saying the government has offered to give subsidies, but subsidies of this magnitude are too big. And before, we have seen ourselves in a position where we have been asking for subsidy money. And you know, every time we have subsidies, the small people are the ones who suffer, because the OMCs will say, I cannot subsidize for my competitor. You know, you subsidize, you give your money, you give fuel, then you wait for the government to pay you a month or 2 or 3, and they will never pay you with the interest. So it's not sustainable. Now you find the people that don't import directly will not get the product. That's why we are asking EPRA. They suspend the price regulation for now until things become stable. On the other hand, the prices have gone up so high, because if you're getting costings of around 217, that's before now you bring it to the pump. So it might be around 230 maybe. 230, that will cause a lot of inflation, a big inflation in the economy. So maybe they can sit down and look at the taxes and levies that they can remove, because then they have the luxury of saying, we'll stop spending on these, we'll remove here. Because if they say the business people to finance for that, it's just too big. And that's the position. And that's why you are worried, because if we continue like this, like today, super people are getting at 178, and very little, because even if you have it as an OMC, you don't have the incentive to sell. 178 and you're supposed to sell at 179. That's 1 shilling. So you don't have the incentive also to sell that product. You feel like let your station dry. And now if it dries, what happens tomorrow? You have loans, you have employees to pay. So I am requesting the government to really sit down urgently, so that we don't bring our country to the knees. There are tough times. We should not sleep. We should try and play up the game, because I think Kenya, we have smart people. Yeah. And again, before we finish, we don't want subsidies. We don't want subsidies. Thank you.
We don't want subsidies.
We don't want subsidies. It is us, the small people, that it's going to suppress.
You want free market?
Yeah, let it be free market.
Ipande 250, serikali itoe tax.
Ama watoe VAT, watoe fuel, watoe hiyo vitu yote iko hapo. Unajua taxes zinakuwaga nusu ya mafuta.
Yeah.
So watoe hizo vitu turudi level ya kawaida, and then tukimaliza story warudishe tu